in the moment when Josh Allen needed to be Josh Allen in terms of the good side of it, he wasn't.
Welcome into the fifth quarter. Claudette Montana, Robin Lundberg, and Dakota London here with you to break down some of the top storylines around the NFL. And we got to start with the Buffalo Bills, who took another disappointing loss this Sunday, this time to the Philadelphia Eagles. Fun fact, guys, Josh Allen is now 0-6 in overtime games. So, Robin, coming to you first, what did this loss say about Josh Allen?
Well, I think it said he's a little bit unlucky, and it might have said he needs a new head coach as well. Because when you look back and you look at some of these overtime losses, one was obviously against Kansas City in the playoffs when Sean McDermott elected not to squib kick, costing them perhaps in that game. You had the one last night where McDermott didn't even give Josh Allen a chance to win the game in regulation, instead attempting to kneel on the ball. Because if you watch that game against the Eagles and put any fault on Josh Allen, I think you're out of your mind. The guy is still a top 5 quarterback in the NFL to me, and the reason the Bills are relevant in the first place.
Well, I must be out of my mind because I'm absolutely putting some of the fault on Josh Allen. I watched that game, and the same thing I've always said about Josh Allen this showed to be true. He's immensely talented, but I'm just waiting for him to make the one mistake. And it came, that interception. And you were just waiting for it. I was watching the game. Y'all know I'm an Eagles fan, so I'm pumping. I'm just like, he going to give me one pick. He going to give me one interception. And sure enough, there it was. I think Josh is a very talented guy. I definitely think he's top 5 in that conversation. But he's easily top 2 or 3 in terms of talent. But if you can't come up in the big moments, that's a problem. So to be 0-6 or whatever his record is in overtime, some of that blame goes on him. And I feel like he gets a pass far too often in the fact that he does not show up when it matters most.
He got crushed earlier this year. And you look at the surrounding personnel. I mean, the Eagles have an elite offensive line, 2 elite wide receivers, a better running back than Buffalo has. I mean, the true teams, when we're going to talk about San Francisco in a minute, all of them are more loaded than the Bills are. The reason we talk about the Bills is because they got Josh Allen.
And in the moment when Josh Allen needed to be Josh Allen in terms of the good side of it, he wasn't. He got the ball first in overtime. They didn't score a touchdown. There's no one to blame but Josh Allen in that sense. When he threw the interception, there's nobody to blame but Josh Allen.
Well, Gabe Davis could have cut to the middle of the end zone.
Well, we got to give the Philadelphia Eagles credit, guys. Of course, Jalen Hurts also have 5 touchdowns yesterday. What a day for him. Dakota, coming to you first on this one because you are an Eagles fan. Who's the better team right now, Eagles or Niners?
Oh, come on. The Eagles. It's definitely the Eagles. And I'm going to say because the Eagles are the team where you can never count them out. As a fan, it frustrates me watching the games because I would love for them to win a game by like 25 or like 21 every now and then. But ultimately, if it's tight and the game's close at the end, that Jalen's going to make a play. And there's something to be said for that in terms of character. Obviously, San Fran and Philly both have extremely talented rosters. But there's something to be said about the intangibles. And the Eagles have the intangible that if the game is there to be won, they're going to win it. Gotta go with Philly.
I don't disagree with that, and my answer to the question itself is I don't really know. But if I'm making the argument for San Francisco, it goes like this. We've seen Philly in all these close games, and it's commendable that they win them, and obviously Jalen Hurts is clutch. But if the Chiefs make a catch, the Eagles lose that game. If the Bills complete a pass, the Eagles lose that game. Meanwhile, when the 49ers have been at full strength, they are running teams over, absolutely destroying them from start to finish, including the Dallas Cowboys, who are another team in the mix in these best teams in the NFL conversation. So when I've seen San Francisco clicking on all cylinders, they've looked like not only maybe the best team in the NFC, but the best team in the NFL, and that would be my argument for them.
The Baltimore Ravens took down the Los Angeles Chargers during Sunday Night Football. Final score there was 20-10. Robin, are the Ravens the best team in the AFC right now?
No, it's the Kansas City Chiefs. Are we still doing this? Like, how many times do the Chiefs have to either make it to the Super Bowl or right on the doorstep of the Super Bowl on an annual basis? They have a residency in the AFC Championship game. Since Mahomes took over, that is the worst that they have done. AFC Championship game. They are the defending Super Bowl champs right now. They've lost, 3 games this year? 2 of them they obviously should have won, if not for some drops. So, yeah, I know they play some close games. I know they haven't looked overwhelming. And I'm not saying Baltimore isn't a very good team. But until proven otherwise, Give me Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Listen, I don't think you're wrong. Like, the thing with Kansas City is because of the way they're winning, I think we as fans want to find the flaw to say, oh, okay, maybe this year's is not it for them. Maybe this is the year where it's like, okay, Baltimore takes that next step. And I like Baltimore. I think they have weapons on offense. Obviously, their defense is terrific. But I got to see it in the postseason. And ultimately, I still don't know if I have faith in them in the postseason. But for right now, for today, I will say the Ravens are the better team. I would say I think they have more offensive weapons. Their defense is stellar. I know the loss of Mark Andrews is huge, but hopefully maybe there's a possibility they might get him back. But I'm not going to lie. You might be right.
The difference is the Chiefs have a real defense this season, too.
Well, good win for the Ravens, especially heading into a bye this week.